This chapter was one of the best chapters in One Piece, not only in Wano. It had a fantastic fight, dialogue. Let's get right into it. We see Vivi on the cover page. It's always dope to see Vivi. I was never a big fan of her in Alabasta. I thought she was kind of boring and uninteresting, but the more the story has gone on, I feel myself liking her more and more. Now, there's a very good chance her father Cobra was assassinated. We know he went down to marry Joa, and we know that the Celestial Dragons have a grudge against him for his family leaving the Celestial Dragons. It'll be gratifying to get her back in the story, though, when she comes back. Now we get to the greatness. We see Chopper talking about the drawbacks of the drug he gave Zoro, and how he'll have to sacrifice later for now, which with anything that overpowered should have disadvantages later, like Ivankov and Marineford when she gave Luffy the hormones. After Chopper explains that, we see the Beast Pirates start to react to them. One of the Beast Pirates tries to shoot Zoro with a sniper. We see Karamatsu step in and completely one-slice him. And Hydro responds, "Nicely done. Tell everybody to back up. We can't let anybody interfere. Just look at the expressions on their face. We'll only get in their way." This is basically anime lingo for a fair 1v1. Dragon Ball Z does this a lot. Like in the Cell arc, the whole fate of the universe is on the line. You got 10 people about the same strength, and this bad guy about to destroy half the solar system if y'all don't win. He's slightly stronger than any one individual. And they be like, let's have a fair 1v1. Cell is about to destroy half the universe. What the hell are you talking about, a fair 1v1? But if there is any thought of Sanji and Zoro getting any backup during this duel, that's 100% out the door. We get to Marco now. His mind is completely out of the battle. He's daydreaming and thinking about a conversation he had with Whitebeard about Mary Joa in the top of the red line. Marco asks Pop, "I thought only Mary Joa was above the red line." Pop's response, "I'm talking about the distant past. Back then, God's land was up there." And I think it was Sawyer who came up with the idea. And I think it was Sawyer who came up with the theory that King's race was killed by the world government to claim the red line. That could also be the reason why King's a pirate. Maybe there's a Robin situation going on where he had a bounty at a young age and he always had to fight. And anybody of King's race still alive will automatically have a bounty because the world government doesn't want it to get out that they try to wipe out an entire race. On the other hand, remember when the Gorosei said they needed a great cleansing again? Maybe King's race was the first great cleansing. Marco's in such a daydream that Izo has to come in and save him last minute from an attack. Izo tells Marco, "How could you space out during a battle?" Marco responds, "Well, I knew you had my back." "Say, Izo, do you believe in gods?" Izo says, "You're starting to sound like Pops when he's drunk." That's definitely one of those lines where we know it's going to be important in the future of One Piece, but we have no idea what it means now. We get back to Zoro and Sanji and King and Queen fighting. Zoro asks Sanji, "What's wrong?" Sanji says, "Nothing. It's just ever since the second time I used my raid suit, I've been feeling kind of off." Zoro says, "Don't hold me back," and saves Sanji from a sneak attack from King and tells Sanji, "You owe me one." Then, as he's saying that, we see Queen attack Zoro and does a sneak attack against Zoro, and Sanji saves him this time. We're even now. And Queen claws seem to have some type of fire on them. Sanji is very careful not to touch. He hits Queen's claws from the side of his wrist, and Queen says, "You must be able to set your foot on fire because of Germa's augmentation." And Sanji responds, "Nothing burns hotter than my passion," which I think Oda said that in one SBS at one point. Queen says, "Are you stupid? What kind of human can burn into flames? It's not like you're Lenorian." And we see King look over, basically implying that that's his race. Lenorian seems to be especially important to the lore of One Piece, like fishmen and giants. Those two races have been especially important in One Piece because of the connections to the Void Century. We go back to the fight, and we see some new techniques from Straw Hat Sanji. We see him do a twirling kick flame, kind of like out of a circus wheel. I don't think we've seen him do that before in this way. While King was distracted from Queen talking about his race, Zoro goes for a sneak attack. He slices right into King's sword, but his sword has parts of it missing to trap other swords in. And Zoro explains that King is not a normal swordsman, and that by the end of the chapter, he might be tearing his throat out with his teeth. We know that there's a difference between actual swordsmen like Mihawk and people who use swords like Shanks and Roger. We go to the background and we see Hydro talking to Karamatsu about why he gave Emma up so easily. He tells Hydro he thought it would be fate at work, since Ryumu was a one-eyed swordsman who used three-sword style. Boy, are the Zoro theories about to start popping up. We go to Jack and Neko. Neko slams Jack into a wall and tells him that he could never give up Raizo, because if he did, he would have never been able to return to Wano. Neko's fighting with Jack pushes the idea for me of Yamato joining the Straw Hats, because we need somebody to fight the 3rd Division commanders. I was never a huge fan of Yamato. I was actually more of a Carrot guy, but for the story standpoint, it makes more sense for Yamato to join. Then we see both Neko and Inuyasha go into their Sulong forms. Now to the final part of the chapter. The 5'9" giant has woke up, and we see everybody freaking out, thinking that Kaido was here. But like I predicted, Momo was turned into the age of 28, and Luffy says we're going to take back Wano, and they're heading to Kaido right now. What a way to end a chapter. I was rewatching Mihawk talking to Shanks about Luffy's first bounty and their first encounter together, and I just remember getting all these nostalgic feelings, even though I've only been watching One Piece for like 3 years now. And man, just think about how far the story has come. We're fighting Yonkos and we're nearing the end. So you really got to appreciate these chapters so much, because we're only going to get a few more. We only got literally less than 3 arcs left in One Piece. We probably have less than 4 years left of One Piece, period. I could only really think that there's going to be 2 major arcs left. We're going to get Elbaf, and then we're going to go into the End War. And I think Elbaf will actually be the Blackbeard arc now. I was originally thinking it was going to be the Big Mom when we first got to Wano. Like Luffy would have to team up with the Supernova to defeat Kaido. And then once he got to Elbaf, he was going to defeat Big Mom to be on Yonko level. And then after he beat Big Mom, because Blackbeard got Kaido's fruit, then he was going to fight Kaido to claim the One Piece. Once he got the One Piece, he was going to have to fight M. Something like that. But no, he's fighting a Yonko right now. And we got to appreciate these moments. I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. It was almost a perfect chapter. One of the best chapters in One Piece. So yeah, man. I'll see y'all next chapter. Question of the day right there. And let's go.
Yeah. 1, 2. Hey. Niggas making me nauseous. Quit calling me conscious. Team full of monsters. Young black king with a dream that I haunt you. What the fuck is you on?
I don't know. I've been on another way, praying for another day, searching for a better way, just to make it out of Pandora's box. I'm boxing these demons, just to watch the cops kill my people. Now I'm scheming.
Ain't no need for water. I'm a leader. Tend to the earth, so pick your feet up. Niggas ain't I see they trying to stop.